Okay, everyone. You're not. You don't have to have fancy applications to do vocal tracks, but I thought it was a good idea for us to at least have something synced up on time when you're doing vocals because it. I've been trying to like overlay some of the vocals and see how it would sound and check harmonies and everything, and it's sort of difficult to take everyone's different stems and weave them in even with a pro app. It's very time consuming. So timing is the most important thing on some of these things. You cannot layer harmonies on things if people are saying words at different times. So I've came up with a sort of novel solution. You can do this even with Audacity, not the phrase Audacity, the actual application Audacity, which is an open source thing that's free. You can download it on SourceForge. It's been out there for years and years, and it's a multi-track editor, just like some of the bigger boys that have the fancier bells and whistles, like Logic Pro and stuff that cost like $200, but this one's free. So you download Audacity, load that up. Now it's a multi-track editor, so you can go in here and you can add new mono tracks. Okay. The important thing about these mono tracks is you can give yourself multiple recording spots that you can kind of layer in and have your different takes over time. And also another thing about them is you can do things like you see over here. I've got the Let It Be playing in the background with iTunes. Okay, so I can take this and I can find this in Finder. Where is it? There's some option over here to find this in Finder. Where was it? Show in Finder. There we go. So show in Finder. All right, great. Now I've got an M4A. So I can take this and I was able to drag this into Logic. So hopefully this will also work into here. Let's see. All right, so it wants a new plugin or something to make that work. But let's see. I'll fiddle with that and see if I can get it to work by just exporting it to a different audio format other than M4A. But effectively what you would be able to do is you take like an MP3 or something like that, which, are common codec formats. You drag them and drop them in here, and now you'll be able to play it over here. So that was going to be one example using this. Obviously, I got it to work over here. But what I noticed when I did that was that the tempo that is actually on the normal song is not the same tempo that the click tracks are set to. So I was going to skip over that anyway and just kind of get to the punchline of what you needed, where it's one of the vocal stems, the click tracks over here. You take, this rough mix click track, drag that into Audacity. Not iPhoto, close. Drag that into Audacity. Use that as your backing track. You'll see that come in. Okay, now you've got the audio track here. You can put, you've got your microphone and your headphones, and it's going to play through your headphones. You put one of these other audio tracks as your recording track, and then when you record over it, you can do it like piece by piece. Now, the way to make sure that your audio syncs up with the words from someone else's or the other audio is you have to basically go through here, and I think this is it. Yeah, you define a timeline region to basically loop over, and then you play over just that region where it starts singing, blah, blah, blah. You're listening to someone's vocals right now. And when it gets to the done part, it will loop back over. And so you master like one spot in the vocals before you move on to the next one and the next one and the next one, right? See, it stopped on its own there. So this way you can sing along with someone and sound like you're spot on harmonizing with that person, and not worry about whether or not you're coming in on time or any of that stuff. And it makes it really nice for an editor to come in there afterwards and do like the actual audio mastering on the vocals. At that point in time, you can do things like tonal corrections and pitch corrections and things like that, time corrections and stuff, which should be minor things to try to phase in. And you can do this with like what is akin to free software here. You just need to know what the techniques are. So hopefully this helps everyone. If it's not a help and you're already a pro and you've already got the awesome applications, great. But I'm also working with some folks that have never recorded anything before, and this I believe will help them to produce something that we can have as a usable signal in the end. Anyway, that's my time. Thanks for listening.